Alex from the Chicago Music Exchange here today. I'm going to be doing a guitar lesson for you for Blackbird by the Beatles. What I have in my hands is a 1967 Martin D-28, which is it's pretty close to what McCartney played on that piece. It's not exactly the same. I think his was a bit earlier, but it should get us sonically pretty close to what the original track sounded like. So this is a fairly complicated song. I figured we should start off just with some strumming patterns. So you want your thumb and your middle finger plucking at the same time, thumb on the low E, ring finger on the B string. And you'll notice you're going to hit with your thumb only on the 1. It helps if you tap your foot. Sounds like somebody's tapping their foot in the song. You can hear it pretty clearly. So it really helps your rhythm if you do that along with your playing. And you'll notice that when you tap your foot, your thumb is going to hit the E string with that, or whatever the note is that it's following on. So if you follow with that rhythm, the second strumming pattern goes like this. You start it the same way with your thumb and your middle finger, hit that, and strum across the G and the B string with your first finger. And back, thumb. So, if I do that at speed, this song is based in the key of G, so we're going to start with an open G and the first strumming pattern. To an A minor 7, G major first inversion, and you slide all the way up to G major up here. You still leave the open G string ringing out and use the second strumming pattern. The next part of the song starts on the 3rd fret and begins with the first strumming pattern. So your index finger is going to move chromatically from the C up to the E. Your pinky finger is going to start on the E and the B string, move like this. And you're still going to have the open G string ringing out between every one of those. So using the first strumming pattern, you combine those two. Second strumming pattern into place and do the same thing descending. So when you're hanging on those chords, you want to be using the second pattern, but when you're moving between them, you want to be using the first. So it should sound like this. So there's a little lead-in before it goes back into the verse, and it's actually the tail end of the strumming pattern that you see during most of the song. I start on the 3rd fret and descend. And I hang on the G chord for a moment. And you want the same sort of thing. It's actually a hybrid of the two strumming patterns. So what you should hear is something like this. So the chorus of the song starts on the 8th fret, and your first finger and your pinky finger should be moving like this. And the second half of it starts the same but ends differently. Back to the verse. Again, we want the G string ringing out. It kind of just never stops through the whole song. It's something you should constantly be plucking. So this is what it should sound like with the G and the hybrid picking pattern. for watching. This lesson was sponsored by the Chicago Music Exchange. Check us out online at chicagomusicexchange.com.